Good morning, class. Now we are going to read a chapter from Class 7 Supplementary Reader, and the name of the chapter is Chandni. Chandni has been written by Zakir Husain, who was born on 8th of February 1897 and he passed away on 3rd of May in 1969. Okay. He was an Indian economist and politician who served as the third President of India, that is from 13th May 1967 until his death on 3rd of May 1969. Books written by him are Education and National Development, Sunshine for Amma, etc. So this is all about the author. Now let us move on to the story. Chandni by Zakir Husain. Once an old man, Abu Khan, lived in Almora. He was alone. His only companions were a few goats, which he always kept as pets. He gave them funny names. He took them out for grazing in daytime. He even talked to them as one talks to his own children. And at night, he put a string round the neck of each goat. But poor Abu Khan was very unlucky. One by one, his goats broke the string, freed themselves, and disappeared into the hills. They loved their freedom. The goats, they did not want to get tied with a string. So, what they used to do, they broke the string and disappeared into the hills as they wanted freedom. So whenever they got the chance, they would run away only to be killed by an old wolf who used to live in the hills. Abu was very sad and puzzled, even he was very much confused. He wondered why his goats, in spite of all good food and affection, ran straight into the jaws of death. In search of freedom, they were always killed by an old wolf. Freedom for them means struggle, hardships, and even death. When all the goats had left Abu, he decided not to keep any goat as pets. But he felt very lonely. So again he bought a young goat. He hoped that it would begin to love him and never want to go to hills. And this new goat was as white as snow and was also very friendly. And Abu Khan named her as Chandni. He would narrate to her stories of all her friends. Several years passed by. Abu Khan was still with Chandni. Chandni did not left Abu Khan. Abu believed that Chandni would never leave him. But her plans was something else. She watched the hilltops which appeared so charming. She hated the rope that would not let her go. Now Chandni also wanted freedom. She also did not want to get tied. She stopped eating green grass. She refused to listen to Abu's stories. She even lost her appetite. And she looked at the hills madly because she was tied with a string. And now she wanted freedom. She wanted to go to the hills. So every time she used to look at the hills. One day, she opened her heart to him. She said that she would die if she was not allowed to go to hills. Even Abu warned her of risk. The dangerous wolf would eat her up. But Chandni was ready to face and fight the wolf. To this, Abu got very angry. She pushed her into a small hut and shut the door. But the same night, Chandni made her escape through the small window. She reached the hills which welcomed her. She always wanted to go to the hills. And now she reached the hills. Okay. The tall grass, the flowers, the winds all amused her. It was the happiest day in Chandni's life because every time he always wanted to go to the hills. And now when he reached the hills, she saw the tall grasses, the flowers, even the winds. She enjoyed, and it was the happiest day in her life. She refused to join the group of wild goats. She wanted to enjoy her freedom alone. Then the sun set behind the hills, and it was evening time. She heard a strange sound coming from the bushes. It was the grunt of a dangerous wolf. She was very much afraid, but she decided to put up good fight with the wolf. She was ready to fight the enemy like a brave soldier. Then the wolf came near Chandni and began to stare greedily at her. And now the fight began, which went on throughout the night. The fight was between Chandni and the dangerous wolf. Throughout the night, the fight continued. And at daybreak, she lay bathed in blood. A bird on top of the tree thought that wolf had won the battle. So there was fight between Chandni and the dangerous wolf. And the next day, the bird on the top of the tree thought that wolf had won the battle. But a wise old bird declared that Chandni was the winner. Okay, so who is the winner here? The wolf or Chandni? Chandni fought bravely, very bravely, and at last, this time Chandni is the winner. Okay. So what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is everyone loves their freedom. And this freedom is not only confined to humans, but also applies to other creatures as well. And through this story, the author Zakir Husain tries to tell the importance of freedom. We should live with independence and should never hurt someone else's independence. Okay, thank you.